Right, this area here is the bog mine. Now there's not a lot to see anymore because the buildings, there are a few buildings over there, but there's another party of people looking at it. Oh, they're going off now. This was the bog mine, and I may enter into a still of the actual bog mine. But now, if we go over this way, come on Sam, let's go over. If we go over this way, I might be able to show you another feature of this mine, which is quite interesting. And not everybody knows about it, or sees it. There might be two things. Now, as I say, there's not a lot of mine remains here, but I think it's more over this way, Sam. If we go over here and look down here, we may see something that's very interesting. If we walk over this way, there's a mill pond there, presumably water that was either coming out of the mine or being used in the process to do things belonging to the mine. And if we go over here through these bushes, you can see another view looking down at the mine. But if we go through here, we may see something really interesting. Oh, it's a bit muddy. Oh dear. Try not to tread in the mud, Sam. Otherwise we'll get it into the car. But if we go along this little pathway, hopefully, not too far to go, we might, if we're lucky, see something of interest. In fact, it's very muddy along here. Now then, I hope I've got the right place.
Big step, wasn't it?
It's a bit.
Oh my God.
It's a bit wetter than I thought. I think it's too wet, isn't it?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we're going to have to go back.
Yeah.
That isn't quite what I thought it was. Now mind you don't slip. Let me go around this way, maybe. Try around this way. No, not that way either. I'm not even sure I'm in the right place. Let's go back. Maybe I'm not in the right place. Yeah. Go back. Be careful on the mud. You don't trip over. But somewhere here, there's an exit into the mountain.
Yeah.
And it's known as the Somme Tunnel.
You have to be careful with mud, because I know that a man once has found lots of mud, and on the way through the path it was all mud, and when he tread in some of the mud, he got stuck in there for 2 days.
Oh, blimey. That wasn't very good. Let's go along this road a little bit further, just in case I've looked in the wrong place. I would have thought that the tunnel to it, the pathway, would have been a little bit more worn than what it is. I wonder whether it's that one. Is there another path? Does it go anywhere?
Yeah. Not very overgrown, except for these spikes though.
Let's just have a little look. I wouldn't want to miss it if it's here. But I'm not sure. Here it is! We found it!
Where?
Go on, keep going.
Oh yeah.
No, it was worth a search.
Yeah.
Took a long time. But this is what is known as the Somme Tunnel.
Oh.
Now it's full of water and the gate's locked. We can't go in. But it's another entrance into the underworld. It's full of water. And we can't get in there anymore. But I have been up inside there. It goes about 400 yards into the mountain. And it's known as the Somme Tunnel. Now, I don't know why they call it the Somme Tunnel.
Yeah.
But that's it. So we'll go back now. We've had a look at that. And we'll just have a look at one more thing and then we'll go back to the car.
Okay.
Because there's another place which I'm hoping to stop at on the way back, which might be of interest. to add to my video. To make it a little bit more interesting. I'm sorry really that there isn't more to see at this mine.
Yeah.
There were a lot more buildings.
It's a bit more, but it's good to see, isn't it?
Well,
Wish it had more.
it used to be a lot better.
Yeah.
They seem to have cleared away a lot of the more interesting bits and less left with just small bits that aren't quite so interesting. But if we go along this little pathway here, we might come to another funny little building, and here it is. Now then, if you didn't know it was here, you'd have a job to find this. What do you think this one was for, Sam? This is another little building, and this is where the miners would come to be handed through that little window. Powder house. And this is where they got their dynamite. You know that man told us when we were in the cave?
Yeah.
That they used dynamite to blow the rocks?
Yeah.
Well, this is where they kept it.
Ah.
This is where they kept the black powder for the
So
mine.
did lots of people pick it up and then...
They picked it up from here,
Yeah.
and then they would take it into the mine
Yeah.
to blow up the rocks.
Yeah.
Now we may be able to go out this other end. Let's try.
Yeah.
Looks a bit steep, but we might be able to get out this end. Let's just have a little look.
Definitely.
Oh, I don't know about this. That doesn't look so good.
No, because there's
No, I think we're going to have to go back. There's not a lot to see there, so we'll go back past the powder shed and back to the car now. But that was a brief little look at the mining history of the bog mine. As I say, I've got some still pictures of it, which I'll try and add into this video so that you get an idea of what.
Yeah, that's good.
And this had hundreds of people working here. It was a real community,
I bet there's lots of like...
and all this area was covered in buildings associated with the mines. So it's
So I bet there's lots of people and they're all getting the bottoms and they're all taking it to the mine. So
yeah, that's what they do. They take it to the mine
renting.
and then they blow up the rocks and get the lead out. Right, we'll go on to another place now where I'm hoping to do another little bit of videoing,
Yeah.
but that's a brief little look
Yeah.
at the bog mine.